Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Julie from Sister Mediums, and of course, I'm here to bring you your mid month Oracle card reading. Today is Wednesday, May the 15th, so perfect alignment for a mid month card reading. Hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day on the weekend, and of course, we honored moms who are no longer with us, and we know that they're watching over us in spirit. Of course, I've called in all of my guides, my angels, ancestors, and loved ones on the other side for guidance and intuition moving forward in your card reading today. Doing something a little bit different. I don't think I've done it before in our YouTube videos, but in my Oracle card readings, I usually use a specific spread where I connect with the four cardinal directions. The south, the west, the north, and the east. The south representing your fears, the west representing your past, the north representing your present journey, and the east representing your destiny. So I'm going to get right to it. The first card that I've pulled is from, again, one of my favorites. This is John Holland's Psychic Tarot deck. And the card that I've pulled today for you is the Positive Moving Forward card. And I think this card's a fantastic card for where a lot of people are at right now. The number 8 includes abundance. It includes authority. It includes strength, power, strength and power. And the cool thing about this card, it really resonates with designers, those in education, and those in music. And like the person here sitting in the boat, a lot of times we fear what's coming, or we fear moving forward to the next step. And so this person's sitting in solitude, and I'm sure that there's a little bit of a fear there of doing things alone. But the cool thing is this card also speaks volumes to me about reflection. And that's a lot of times what water represents. And I don't want people to have fear of moving forward. The card is called Positive Movement Forward, but a lot of us hold on to the fears that we have to take that next step. There's a beautiful saying that someone introduced to me years ago, and it says, it goes, "What choice have I in the face of this wind but to put up my sail and rest my oars?" And I feel like this is a perfect representation of that. We want to put it out there to the universe that we want to change the direction in life, that we want to move forward with positive vibration and frequency and share what we have with other people. But there's always that fear. And this is the fear card, and it's asking you to put that fear aside and to have that positive movement going forward. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that one. I'm going to try to whip through these because we do have 4 of them to go through today. The next card represents the West. This is your past, and I love this card. It comes from the Mystical Shaman's Oracle deck. This is Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed, and both fantastic educators. The Blade. The Blade is an amazing card because if you think of the Proverbs, iron sharpens iron. There's nothing that we do alone. There's always someone else to help us lift ourselves and to help move us forward. And because this card represents the past and things we've held on to, the things we need to let go, think of the notion of what a blade does, right? You would use a blade to chop down things. You would use a blade to cut cords. But because there are feathers and things attached to the end of this this blade, to me, it also represents cutting down the goods that you are growing and putting in place, right? It's that harvest. And so there's many different reasons for using a blade and having a blade, but I think I want to focus mostly on what you need to let go of and what you can use this blade to cut cords for and with. I don't know if you can see this, but there's also the phases of the moon in the back of this card. And to me, the phases of the moon always represent going with the flow, and that every phase of your life requires something different from you. Again, the sun here in this specific card represents harvesting and good things coming your way and good things happening for you. The number 6, I just wrote down a couple things I didn't want to forget, but the number 6 vibrationally, has a lot to do with the alignment of your harmony, your balance, your love, and your flow. And so, again, it's all things done in love. Don't be afraid to cut those cords. Sometimes cutting cords with people have to do with your progression in moving forward. Okay, so again, just remember that that proverb of iron sharpens iron, and having people to lean on, knowing that you don't have to go through those hard times alone. Okay, I love that one. The third card I've pulled for you today represents the North. This is coming from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and this is Colette Baron Reed. Daniela and I saw her, I want to say 2 to 3 years ago now, when she was here in Toronto. She's a fantastic medium and always has some great insight. So that's awesome. I want to pull that for you. Number 32, right off the bat on the card, represents responsibility. I just wrote some things down here. Responsibility for your choices. It also represents self-expression, communication, and really letting things out. And because this card represents what's happening in your present journey now, what's really cool is that I actually pulled the one that says here and now. And it's not about you being stuck in your past, and it's not about you thinking so far ahead into what's happening in the future. It's about being present and having a plan to execute what you want in the next few months, let's say, as opposed to a year from now. The other cool thing is that she's sitting on top of an egg. And for me, an egg always represents new life. Doors, I'm a big one on doors. I love doors. And doors always represent opportunity. A flag on the top for me usually represents victory. So this tells me that even though there's hard times and some challenges ahead, there's going to be victory in what you're doing. Just stick to the moment and try and be present with what's happening in your life now, as opposed to thinking too far ahead and getting yourself caught up and stressed out. We do tend to stress out about things we can't control. If you read our post a couple of days ago, we talked about the things that we can't control and being able to just focus and hone in on what's happening in the now and our surroundings versus the surroundings of the things that happen that don't directly have to do with us. And again, that would also have to do with this card is, we can't always change the outside forces or the outside surroundings that are happening. Sometimes we're derailed from the plans that we want to have and what we want to do. But if we just focus on what's happening right now, I'm sure we'll be able to get where we need to get. This card also represents some manifestation. So keep focused on releasing the things that no longer serve you and focusing on the things that you want to manifest and that you want to happen. Okay. That's a great card for representation of where we are moving forward on our present journey. And the last card that I'm pulling from you is from the East, which represents your destiny. And I'm doing something a little bit different than I normally do. I usually don't end with a prayer card, but in my oracle readings, I do. I like to leave people with something that they can go home and that they can pray on or repeat to themselves, almost like a mantra. And I am using the Archangel Michael Oracle deck for this one. And it's interesting because this, I think, resonates with everybody. Simply put, you're on the right path. A lot of times we just need that validation that what we're doing is the right thing. And we just want confirmation from spirit, from our ancestors, and from our spiritual guides that give us that nudge to say, I'm right here walking this path with you. Again, I'm going to go back to some of my favorite quotes, and it's like, lead me, guide me, walk beside me, right? Nothing you do in life is alone. And so I do want you to know that you have that protection and that guidance and that company from those above. And I'm just going to flip it over so I can read it to you. But it says, my prayer, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. And thank you for motioning me and fulfilling me with courage and with confidence to make healthy and healthful life choices. I love this card because it is a motivation card. And if that's what you were looking for today, then I'm glad to be able to provide that for you. All in all, it's interesting because if I look at the cards in front of me and I kind of sum them all up quickly, I'm looking at don't fear the changes that you have, move forth in a positive direction, cut cords with the things that are negative in your life and those that no longer serve you, but also lean on the people who are going to help you get to where you need to get. Don't focus too much on the future and what's to come, but focus on what you're doing now in the present so that you can create this abundance of new opportunity for yourself. And of course, the last card, knowing that you're not on the path alone, but the path that you are walking is the right one and that you've got company and guidance along your journey. I want to thank you for tuning in, Daniela, and I love giving you your angel and oracle card readings. It's a great way for us to be able to connect with you, show you a little bit about what we do in studio, and also connect to the guides and just, on a huge energetic level, spread that vibration of what's needed for the month to come. So thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. You'll see Daniela here in a couple of weeks with her angel card reading, and I'll see you back in June. Have a great day, everyone.